everyone, welcome back to Biophilia, your all-time study mate. Today we are going to continue with the last part of this chapter about apiculture and fisheries. If you like our videos and want us to help out to reach out many more, then don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our amazing channel Biophilia. So let's continue to understand this chapter with our today's topic, that is apiculture. Apiculture जो होता है, that is beekeeping. So many people in the rural areas wish to keep bees. और bees को क्यों रखते हैं? Because these are going to provide you many other useful stuffs. So beekeeping or apiculture is nothing but maintenance of hives. So bee hives जो होते हैं of honey bees, which are going to provide you majorly honey. So majority of the beekeeping is done for honey. So why honey people are ready to keep? Because it is going to be a food of high nutritive value. उसकी बहुत डिमांड है because बहुत सारा nutrients है उसमें, and it is also a medicinal value product. So in Ayurveda, honey is considered as a very good medicine which can be used for healing many more diseases. So for that reason, honey is going to be a very useful, very economically productive product. So for that reason, many people wish to have beekeeping as their income source. So अब beekeeping करने के लिए first of all you need to understand that what exactly along with honey you are going to get from these bees. So honey bees are also going to produce beeswax. So beeswax होता है, that is their oily secretions of the bees, which are going to be very useful in many industries, which are going to be indulged in making of cosmetics and even polishes. So हो सकता है shoe polish हो या or any other car polish or tire polish. All those polishes and cosmetics like lip balms or moisturizers, all those are going to be made from the beeswax. So उस हिसाब से हनी के साथ साथ beeswax is also a very good economically demanding product. So as nowadays honey और उसके जो other products है from the beekeeping, उसकी demand बढ़ती जा रही है, and since the demand is increasing, now there is a need of large scale beekeeping practices. So for that reason now we cannot depend on the natural ways जहाँ से bees people used to go and collect those beehives. So naturally जो occurring beehives है, these are less in number. So now you are going to make some artificial arrangements so that जो increased demand है आप उसको satisfy कर सको. So now let's understand how actually the artificial methods are going to help you in apiculture. So most common species of bees is going to be Apis indica. So Apis indica is nothing but the Indian bee. So it is going to be a rearing of bees which is not labor intensive, यानी आपको बहुत सारे workers की ज़रूरत नहीं है. If you have one or two, that will be sufficient for a small scale beekeeping practice. So it is not labor intensive. जैसे अगर आप कोई you are keeping a dairy farm. So dairy farm में हो सकता है one person is kept for collection of milk, one is kept for rearing of the cows. So cows को नहलाना, उनको खाना देना, all such things you need many people in that particular area. But beekeeping, bee doesn't need anything. It needs good flora around itself and everything else will be done by itself. So it is not a labor intensive job. Then what are the successful points that you need to keep in mind so that you're economically you are stable with the beekeeping? So first of all, कोई भी चीज़ करने से पहले आपको उसकी knowledge होनी चाहिए. So knowledge of the nature and the habits of the bees. So habits यानी bees कब गुस्सा होती है, how you are going to handle those bees, and what sort of area or what sort of habitat do they live in. So all that needs to be known to you before you have your beekeeping practice. Second important thing, you should also select a suitable location. ऐसी कोई गंदी सी जगह में जहाँ पे बहुत कचरा है, ऐसी जगह पे आप बी कीपिंग करने का सोचोगे, so it is not going to be a profitable area. So you should also select a very good location which is going to help you to have some profits from those keeping beehives. Third important, you should also know that how you are going to initiate the beekeeping. So initiate करने के लिए first you need to catch and then you have to hive the swarms of the bees. So कोई naturally occurring area से bees लाओ या कोई पहले से ही आपके पास artificial beehive है तो वहाँ से आपको bees को पहले introduce करना पड़ेगा into that locality. So for that you need to know how to catch and hive those bees. Fourth important point, that is how to manage those hives. So different seasons में जैसे summers में फूल ज़्यादा नहीं उग रहे हैं या monsoons में there is a lot of rainfall, then how to manage those beehives, all that should be known to you, that how you can go through various seasons. And last very important thing, ये सब करने के बाद जो product जिसके लिए आपने उसको संभाला इतने दिनों तक, so how you are going to handle while the collection of honey and the bees wax. So finally when you are collecting the product, how you are going to do the collection, that also should be known to you. So अगर ये सब आपको पता है, then you can always have a successful beekeeping management. Now bees are going to be the one of the very important pollinators. So these pollinators, that means they are going to take the pollen grains और जाके female reproductive organ पे वो deposit करेंगे, and mainly these are going to be pollinators for flowers of sunflower, brassica family, apple and pear. So this is also going to be a very important question regarding bees are the pollinators for which of the following plants. So these four plants are going to be which are going to be pollinated by bees. So whenever you are going to keep beehives, so beehives may you have to understand that whenever you have any crops which are in flowering season, the flowering season may there is going to be increased pollination, and this increased pollination is going to be because of keeping beehives. So जब आपके पास flowering season में beehives होंगे, so first of all it is going to increase to help in pollination, यानी आपकी जो फसल होगी वो बहुत अच्छे से grow करेगी. It will be having rapid pollination, as well as during pollination sometimes some pollen grains are going to be carried away by the honeybees. So वो जो pollen grains honeybees ने उठा के अपने hive में ला के रखे, that is going to help you for production of honey. So in a way you are going to get benefit from the crops as well as from the honey which is going to be produced. So beehives are not disadvantage to keep in a crop field. फ्लावरिंग सीजन में क्रॉप्स को भी फायदा होगा और हनी जो बनेगा बाद में उससे भी वो आदमी को फायदा ही होगा. सो इन अ वे कीपिंग बी हाइव्स इन क्रॉप फील्ड्स इज गोइंग टू बी प्रॉफिटेबल. Now there are some common breeds of honeybees which can be seen around this apiculture. So first is going to be Apis indica, which is Indian bee, and the next one is Apis florea, which is little bee. So it is going to be much more smaller in its size as compared to others. Apis dorsata, it is the rock bee, or Apis mellifera, it is going to be the Italian bee. So you can see some photographs how these bees are going to be looking different than others. So these are some of the common bees, and the most commonly used in India is going to be the Apis indica, that is Indian bee. Now the hierarchy of beehives. So beehives में एक hierarchy follow होती है, एक social order follow होता है. That is the first queen. So queen is going to be head of the beehive. Then comes the male bees, which are called as drones. So drones are going to be the males of the particular hive, and worker bees are going to be the females. But now let's understand how these are different and what do they do exactly in the entire bee colony. So queen is going to be, how you are going to identify the bee queen. So it is going to be because it is larger in size. अगर सारे के सारे हनी बीज को एक साथ रखा जाए एंड you can identify them with the larger size. तो जो बड़ी होगी size में, it is going to be the queen bee, and generally only one queen bee is going to be found in a single hive. She is going to be diploid, यानी 2n condition में होगी. She is fertile as well as female. Her legs are going to be strong and feeds on royal jelly. So royal jelly का जो source होता है, that is only given to the queen. Only queen is allowed to eat the royal jelly. No other, that is drones भी नहीं खा सकते हैं, and even the worker bee cannot eat those or consume it. So it is only kept for the queen bee. Then if you can see the sting of the queen bee, it is going to be curved and modified into egg laying organ. So जो आपको bee आके डसती है, या the bee which stings you is not going to be the queen bee, because उसका जो sting है वो curved है और उसको modify किया है into egg laying organ, that is called as ovipositor. So she is going to lay both fertilized as well as unfertile eggs, and you can imagine it is about 1500 to 2000 eggs per day. So इतने सारे अंडे वो हर दिन ले करेगी. So majority of the work of the queen bee is just to produce eggs that can be either fertilized or unfertile. If there is fertile egg, then it is going to develop into females, which can be the worker bee or the future queen bee. So it depends, but females है यानी queen होगी या फिर worker bees form होंगे. If the unfertile eggs are going to develop, it is going to develop into the males, which are nothing but the drones. And what is the average lifespan of the queen? It is going to be 2 to 5 years. So after 2 to 5 years, generally the queen bee is going to be changed. Then the drones. Drones are going to be smaller than the queen, but these are going to be larger than the workers. So जो medium moderate size के होंगे, these are nothing but the drones. Drones are going to be haploid, that is single N होगा. These are going to be fertile males and also called as king of the colony. And these are going to live in the drone cell. उनका खुद का you can say a separate room is given into the honeycomb, that is going to be called as drone cell. Now drones are going to have sting, and also the wax glands are going to be absent. So वो ना डस सकते हैं ना वो wax produce कर सकते हैं. These are only going to be into the hive for fertilizing the queen bee. Once the queen bee has been fertilized, these drones are kicked out of the hive. And why these are going to be thrown out of the hive? Because drones are just going to sit there and consume the you can say वो जो royal materials है या pollen grains है, yeah, you can say the bee wax or all that thing is going to be just consumed by the drones. वो कुछ नहीं करेंगे. These are not going to help. Just for fertilizing the queen bee, these are kept, and once the queen has been fertilized, those are thrown out of the hive. So after some time, since they don't get food, these are going to die away. Then parthogenically these are going to be developed. So जो queen bee eggs lay करेगी, which are going to be unfertile eggs, parthenogenically these are going to get developed and form the new drones, and these are going to die after copulation, and majority of them have the lifespan about 57 days. Now worker bees are going to be the smallest of all, and these are going to be in majority of the number. So बहुत सी बार जो आपको bees दिखती है, these are going to be the worker bees, which are going to roam here and there in search for some of the other work. So these are going to be diploid in nature, and these are sterile. Very important, दोनों भी queen और drone में से these two are going to be fertile, but worker bees are going to be sterile. These are going to live into worker cells. So जैसे अलग अलग कैटेगरी वाइज हाउसेस होते हैं, वैसे ही क्वीन बी का घर अलग होता है, ड्रोन्स का कंपार्टमेंट अलग होता है, दैट इज ड्रोन सेल्स, एंड वर्कर्स ऑल्सो हैव देयर ओन कंपार्टमेंट, दैट इज worker cell. So worker cells are also going to have pollen baskets, which are going to be located at the hind limbs. So hind limbs में छोटे छोटे baskets जैसे structures होंगे. So I'll show you the photograph into the next slide so that you can imagine how these pollen baskets are. Then these are going to have stings onto their tip of the abdomen. So जो मधुमक्खी आपके आँख को डसती है जिसकी वजह से आपको दर्द होता है, that is going to be the worker bee. So worker bee will going to have a sting and as well as poison which is going to be released into your skin, which causes irritation. So that is nothing but worker bee. और जब वो स्टिंग जाके आपको चुभता है, सो मेजॉरिटी ऑफ द पीपल नो दैट कि वो एक बार डसने के बाद वो स्टिंग टूट जाता है. सो स्टिंग जब टूट जाता है, then that worker bee cannot sting another person, and after that once it stings it is not going to survive. So majority जैसे ही वो आपको दर्द पहुंचाती है उसकी भी जान जाती है. So that is what people know about it. Then worker bees are going to have many works into the beehive, that is to collect honey, to take care of the young ones, to clean the comb, यानी वो beehives को अंदर से साफ करेंगे, वो छोटे छोटे जो नए नए bees पैदा हुए हैं उनको अच्छे से रखवाली करेंगे. These are going to collect pollen grains from the surrounding areas. These are going to defend the hives. So आपने मधुमक्खी का छाला देखा होगा and many bees are going to surround that particular beehive. So whatever the bees are going to surround around the hive, that are nothing but the defender worker bees. So these are generally for defense purpose. Then to maintain the temperature of the hive, ऐसे कुछ काम होंगे for the worker bees. So depending upon what work do they do, these are going to be called as nursery bees, यानी जो छोटे young ones को संभालेंगे. The builder bees who are going to form the new hive, or those who are going to update or these are going to expand the beehive. The repairers who are going to जो drone cells में या कहीं पे worker cells में अगर कोई particular area कट चुका है या humans have come and taken out a part of the beehive, so all that area which has been broken off will be repaired by those worker bees. Then these are cleaners and even fanners which are going to help to maintain the temperature of the beehive. So these are going to generally be living for about 4 to 5 months. उसके बाद worker bees change हो जाएंगे. So that was about the entire hierarchy in the beehive that is followed for each and every hive. So whether it may be natural hive or the artificial hive, दोनों में भी same चीजें follow होती है. So here are some photographs. So queen bee is going to be the largest in the size, only one per hive. Worker bees the smallest, and the drones the males, which are going to be moderately sized. Then the pollen baskets, which are going to be seen over here, if you can notice, the pollen baskets are there on the hind limbs. Or जैसे you can see here, this is the empty pollen basket and this is going to be the entirely filled pollen basket. So pollen basket को fill करके then these are going to be deposited into the beehive. Then these here are going to be the builder bees जो beehive को बनाएंगे. This is the royal jelly which is going to be the royal feed for the queen. And this is the drone cells where the drones are going to be living, that is the hollow black area. So black जो hollow है, that is drone cells. The larger ones over here, if you can see, these larger ones, the differently shaped, are going to be queen cells. So queens are going to live in those cells, and this fully entirely formed cells which are going to be filled by honey or any other pollen grains, वो सारे होंगे for the worker cells. So जो काले वाले hollow है drone cells, the filled ones are going to be worker cells, and the little larger ones which are differently shaped वो होंगे queen cells. So I hope with the photographs you could imagine what all we studied into the social hierarchy of the honeybees. Now, पिछले कुछ slides में I had told you that only one queen bee is going to be seen into one queen, one beehive. So एक ही queen कैसे होती है into beehive is going to be the next point that we are going to understand. So जब fertile eggs आते हैं, whenever the previous queen is going to lay fertile eggs, so those fertile eggs are going to have the capability to either form the queen bee या फिर हो सकता है कि वो वर्कर बीज फॉर्म करेगी. So majority of there are going to be the worker bees, or only one is going to be the queen bee. So how only one is the queen bee and others are other fertile eggs turn into worker bees? So reason for that is there is anti-queen pheromones which are going to inhibit the fertile eggs to form the queen bees. So वो सारे जो worker bees है उनको inhibit करता है to forming the brood chambers and developing ovaries. So since they cannot form the brood chambers or the ovaries, these are going to become sterile. So once they become sterile, these are going to be worker bees, और जो एंटी क्वीन फेरोमोन्स को सक्सीड कर जाती है, एंड दैट इज गोइंग टू बी द क्वीन बी ऑफ द hive. So another point to remember, that is drones and the virgin queens. Virgin queens, that means जिनका अभी तक fertilization नहीं हुआ है, या ऐसे भी होता है बहुत बार कि because of some circumstances in a single hive there are going to be two queen bees. So एक ही hive में दो queen bees नहीं रह सकते हैं, nature does not permit that. So many a time it happens that between the two queen bees of the hive there is a fight, and once that fight has been set up, हो सकता है कि एक queen bee को hive से बाहर फेंक दिया जाए. That means they are not going to allow the second queen bee to enter into that hive. So now the queen which has been thrown out of the hive, now she doesn't have a hive, और उनको तो आदत नहीं है to build their own hives. So those queen bees which are not going to have any hive, no place to live, and the drones which have been kicked out, these two are going to take part in nocturnal fight. That means the bees which are going to fight, that is the nocturnal fight. Another point, that is after copulation drones are not allowed to come back into the hives. So that I have already told you, these are only for fertilization purpose. जैसे ही fertilization हो जाएगा, these are going to be kicked out of the hives so that they can actually store the all the good stuffs, that is pollen grains, the you know the honey and the royal jelly, all that can be stored for the upcoming generation, and the drones without doing anything do not consume all those stuff. Then let's understand about how the queen is going to store the sperms. जैसे ही copulation हो गया, अगली बार के लिए भी sperms ज़रूरी है, because now the drones have been kicked out. So the sperms are going to get stored into the organ called as spermatheca. So here in the adjacent photograph you can see that the spermatheca of the virgin queen bee is going to be almost brownish in color, and the spermatheca of the mated queen, that is जिसका copulation हो चुका है, she is going to have a different colored spermatheca full of sperms. So now that full of sperms bag is going to be sufficient for fertilization of all the rest of the eggs that she is going to lay in her लाइफ टाइम. सो एक बार कॉपुलेशन हो गया, सारे के सारे ड्रोन बीज को बाहर फेंक दिया जाएगा, एंड द स्टोरेज ऑफ द स्पर्म्स इज गोइंग टू बी यूटिलाइज्ड फॉर द फर्दर fertilization. Now once you need to start your own artificial colony of the bees, you need to grab a queen bee. जैसे ही आप एक क्वीन बी को इंट्रोड्यूस करोगे इनटू द ब्रूड चैम्बर, दैट इज इनटू योर आर्टिफिशियल बी कीपिंग एरिया में, जब आप क्वीन बी को इंट्रोड्यूस करोगे, along with the queen bee there are going to some worker bees, some drones which would follow their master or they would follow their authority. So जैसे ही queen bee को आप पकड़ोगे और उसे these are going to get introduced into the artificial hives, these are going to be useful for making or continuing the colony in the artificial hives. और जैसे ही ये successful हो जाएगा, now these can be placed into various locations like gardens, orchards, or fields wherein there are going to be flowering plants which are going to provide you pollen as well as nectar, and nectar finally is going to get converted along with pollen to form honey. So that is what you need, and once the sufficient honey has been stored into the combs, एक एक करके जो the chambers are going to be opened, and then the frames or you can see here in the photographs how there are various chambers जहाँ पे honey bees को introduce किया जाएगा, and slowly as per the demand these are going to be removed and centrifuged to extract honey. और वैसे ही फिर वो पूरा का पूरा जो framework है वो वापस अंदर डाल दिया जाएगा. And since as you have extracted their home, यानी आपने बी हाइव को पूरा तोड़ दिया, now again these bees are going to form their new home and that would provide you honey for the next cultivation. So in this way you are going to continue your artificial beekeeping. Now there are going to be bee dances, यानी जब bees को एक दूसरे के साथ communicate करना होता है, so for that communication purposes there are going to be different types of bee dances. So there are scout bees which are going to go for searching of the food, और जैसे ही उनको खाना या pollen nectar उनको जैसे ही पता चल जाएगा कि यहाँ पे है, now these are going to dance and these are going to inform the worker bees, so that once the worker bees are communicated, these are going to come and collect the pollen and the nectar. So अगर round dance perform कर रहे हैं, so you can see here in the little video that how the round dance is going to be performed, which is going to be responsible for communication for less than 75 meters. So अगर less than 75 meters है, then it is going to be the round dance, and if it is for longer distances then it is going to be the tail wagging dance. So different types of dances was actually studied by a professor like Carl von Fringe. He had decoded the language of bee dances, so he saw that there is some particular communication that occurs between the bees because of their movement. So वो movement को, since it looked like they were dancing, it was called as a bee dance, and he also was awarded by the Nobel Prize in 1973 for the field of medicine as well as physiology. So this was a little extra point to understand about bees. Now let's understand about the fisheries. So जैसे हमने एक animals को cover किया in the previous videos, that was about cow, buffalo, and in this video we saw about honeybees. Now let's understand about fish as well. Even fish can be a good source of food, and along with food there are many other stuffs which the fish can provide to you. So now let's understand the entire industry which is devoted for catching of the fish, processing, and as well as selling of the fish. It can be fish, it can be shellfish, or it can be any other aquatic animals which is going to come under the term that is fisheries. Now there are some freshwater fishes, यानी जो river areas में या lake areas में मिलेंगे. ऐसे fresh water fishes कौन से हैं? These are going to be nothing but katla, rohu, and common carp. So you can remember that RCC is going to be freshwater fishes, and rest of them are going to be marine fishes, that is going to be hilsa, cetaceans, mackerel, and pomfrets. These are going to be the marine fishes that are going to be found in the salty water, that is it can be found in seas or oceans, या फिर वो backwater में भी मिल सकते हैं wherein there is mixing of the river and the sea. So वैसे areas maybe you can find these fishes. So now let's understand one more term that is called as aquaculture. So aquaculture is going to be the production of aquatic plants as well as animals. So अगर सिर्फ fishery की बात है, that is only the aquatic animals, but in aquaculture, aqua means water and culture is developing. So water में जो भी उगेगा, that is plants or animals, both are going to be useful for the production, that is comes under aquaculture. और एक word आता है that was called as pisciculture, that means production of only fishes. So here are three terms that are going to be very important. First, that is fisheries. Second, that is going to be aquaculture, and third, that is pisciculture. तो उसके लिए आपको डिफरेंस पता होना बहुत ज़रूरी है. That is fisheries is going to involve the animals, aquatic animals, that can be fishes, shellfish, or any other aquatic animal. Aquaculture is for both plants and animals living in water, and pisciculture is only going to be for the rearing and production of fishes. So that was a little point. All these examples as well as definitions are going to be important for the point of MCQs. So I hope you remember these as it is. That would help you to gain +4 marks. Now what are the products from fisheries? So आप ये सारे fish या फिर सारे जो aquatic animals है उनको rearing करके आप उनसे क्या चाहते हो? So first of all you are going to get fish meal, which is going to be economically very good source for proteins. So people who need good amount of proteins can be obtained from the fish meal. It can be for humans or it can be also for cattle and poultry. It is going to be actually produced from the non-edible parts of the fish, which can be like tails, fins, bones, or people those who eat fish, they know that which parts of the fish they are not going to eat. So head region hai ya tail region hai, the bones, the fins, these are not going to be the things that they eat from the fish. So ये सारे जो चीज़ें हैं, that is the fish waste, all that is going to be converted into fish meal, good for the protein sourcing. Then fish waste, जो fish का waste होगा, that is going to be used for making of fertilizers and adhesives. So fertilizers in a way protein source है fish में, so that is also going to be a very good fertilizer material. Then shark leather, or that is the shark skin, which is called as shargine. So shargine is going to be used for polishing of wood. So because it is going to be a tough skin, so leather is going to be tough, it has some scales, जिसकी वजह से polishing is going to be very fine and very precise. Then fish leather. Fish leather can be used for making of various articles like handbags, for shoes, and even for tobacco pouches. So fish leather is considered to be a premium product everyone cannot afford, because fish leather की availability भी कम होती है. So for that reason it is going to be a premium luxury. Then fish flour, that means whatever the fodder of the animal origin is going to be uh, consumed from the seafood, which is going to be having about 60 to 62% of proteins. So that is nothing but for the fish flour. Then you can also obtain inglass. Isinglass is going to be a gelatinous substance which is going to be obtained from the air bladder of the perch, Indian salmon, and catfish. So these are the three fish types जहाँ से आपको ये gelatinous substance मिल सकता है, which is the special material in making of cement and even for clarification of wine and beer. So clarification is a kind of filtration. So clarification को आप बोल सकते हो ultra filtration or filtration, so that more and more smoothness of the wine or beer can be obtained. So for that reason the air bladder में से ये gelatinous substance को collect किया जाएगा. So here you can see how the inglass is going to be obtained. It can be also used for many other purposes, so few are listed down here. So besides from the edible sources, यानी आप fish को as a table food serve करो या आप उसे as a medicinal value भी use कर सकते हो. So shark liver oil or cod liver oil. So basically many people know cod liver oil. So cod liver oil or shark liver oils are going to be good sources of vitamins, that is majorly A and D. So these oils from other fishes like sardines, herrings or salmons, उनका जो oil होगा उसको collect करके for soaps and paints is also going to be used. So जो glycerin soaps है या oily soaps है, all those can also have few amount of these oils obtained from the fishes. So ये सारे products जो है that comes from fishes is going to be the major reason for why the people rear those fishes and actually produce fishes into their areas. So I hope you understand about how different animals are going to be strategized so that they can have profit margins for the human consumptions. So that was about this chapter. We finally completed this chapter in very smooth manner. There are many other parts of those chapters from class 11th and 12th. You can always go and check it out on our channel. Till the time we come back with another chapter, keep sharing your love. Like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Stay safe, keep smiling, keep studying. Till then, bye bye. Thank you.